Ladies and gentlemen, the ZoWhat Morning Show has returned. 2021 is off to a crazy start. As you jump in here, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Because when you do that, our show begins to trend. YouTube starts recommending it. And, let's just really get behind the like and share movement. Doesn't cost you a thing. Welcome to the ZoWhat Morning Show, where Zoe Williams and Jeff Brown come together to talk about all the things that are going on in the world, to talk about all the things that are cracking in terms of how close the end of the world is to us now. Armageddon, Christ on the way back. I mean, yeah. It's starting to look real Christy right now. You like that, huh? As a Christian, Christy, starting to look a little Christy. Yeah, a lot of these preachers, man, are starting to look like they knew what they was talking about. Anyway, if this is your first time tuning in to the ZoWhat Show, please understand a little bit about what we do. We cover some current events every now and again, but oftentimes, Jeff and I will go on a tangent and start talking about a specific topic. We'll share our insights on a specific topic. Today is one of those days where we're going to really break down a topic. And of course, that breakdown is going to come from our experiences. But as is commonplace for the ZoWhat Show, you do know we promote Black-owned businesses before we get the commentary going. So once again, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Let everybody know that you love the ZoWhat Show and what we bring to the table on a weekly basis. Really quickly, cmossbusiness.com. It's starting to take off a little bit. We got a couple of sales. And when I say a couple, I mean two. My homeboy Mohammed Hussein is in the building to represent cmossbusiness.com. But I mean, two sales. I got to bring in Mo. Mo, talk to me, man. Why is it that we only have two sales? Turn him up so I can hear it.
It's because we're one of a kind, Zoe. We're one of a kind. Ain't nobody doing what we doing. We're educating. So a lot of people calling us for education instead of putting in the order. So my word to all the people out there calling for education, we'll educate you. Just go ahead and put the order in. Thank you.
So just let's make it simple. Let's just keep it real simple, Mo. What are we selling these people?
We are selling them wild-crafted, certified sea moss, straight from St. Lucia, because we work directly with the St. Lucia Farmers Association. So we are selling them high-quality, grade A, wild-crafted, beautiful ocean water sea moss.
So we're a little bit like Ice-T and G-Money in New Jack City. Who's our connect?
Our connect is the St. Lucia President, St. Lucia CMOS Farmers Association President, Mr. Bonaventure, shout out, and Export St. Lucia. There you go.
Okay. So of the two of us, which one of us is Ice-T and which one of us is G-Money?
You know what? It depends on the day, though. You know, the feelings, you know?
I'm going to say you Ice-T, I'm G-Money.
Hey, that's fine.
You will cut me a side deal.
Hey, so long, listen. So long as we make each other, you know, we're 100%. Please don't kill me. Thank you.
Hey, none but love, man. cmossbusiness.com. That is the website, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. They could go there right now. If they want to buy wholesale, they could use a coupon code called Ocean Views and save 5% on their order, correct?
Yeah, shout out to B-Road Brandon, Ocean Views Market.
All right.
Yep.
All right. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. So there it is. CMOSbusiness.com. Go there right now if you want to buy wholesale. But can they also go there to buy retail? Talk to me.
Yes. So our retail partner, Essential CMOS out of Atlanta, Georgia, Brother Larry and beautiful wife, they are our retail connection. But I just want to also say, Green Remedy, our partner in Kentucky, we're developing right now the liquid CMOS. One of a kind, coming soon, y'all.
All right, let me stop you. Well, why is CMOS important? Because people are saying, what the hell is CMOS? What does it do?
Dr. Sebi was the one who really, started really evangelizing CMOS. It has 92 nutrients that our body needs. Great for many different things. If we had Lacey on today, we'd probably tell you that it's great for men. It makes us very strong, right? It makes us, it wakes us up, yeah? The 92 essential nutrients, great for weight loss, great for people who are trying to balance their sugar. You can make beautiful, beautiful smoothies with it. Don't get me started. King is the educator when it comes to this. Marcus King, maybe he can do a better job than me. But CMOS is a very, very, very healthy product. And it's just wildfire right now.
All right, there you go. And we provided CMOSbusiness.com.
Salute.
There you go. Thank you, good brother, for tuning in and helping us understand what this is.
God bless.
2 sales. Let's change that today. Also, you already know Total Package Energy. I'm riding with Total Package Energy 100%. They've got protein, pea protein, for the people who love smoothies. And I'm gonna try that intermittent fasting. I heard it was good. I think I'm gonna try that. I don't know how it's gonna turn out because I like to eat. Pea protein dietary supplement, unflavored, no sugars added, gluten-free, soy-free, vegan. 20 grams of protein per serving. Total Package Energy now has pea protein. Y'all go support this black-owned business out of the Bay Area. They also have what I've been on heavy, Total Package Energy vitamin C, high-potency vitamin C. This is on the nanotechnology side of the game, 8 times more absorbent than tablets. You pull out one of these little packets, put it under your tongue. Booyah. Wait a minute. The ones I want ain't in here. Anyway, Total Package Energy, Energy Shot, Focus, and Immunity packages are available right now. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. X-Wolf, man, they good people. Some more black-owned businesses, man, that I have to promote. This right here is a testosterone booster, dietary supplement, little horny goat weed, little maca root power, little tonkat ali, L-arginine. Y'all know what these ingredients mean? Where Geoff at? Geoff. Let's get Geoff a little Panax ginseng root powder.
Oh, look in.
Geoff, what?
I'm already.
Geoff.
I got X-Wolf right there. That right there, like I told you, it ain't for dudes that's lazy with a lot of energy.
Geoff, I was going to ask you, what does it mean to hear them damn ingredients? What them ingredients mean, Geoff?
Well, them ingredients mean if you handle your business right, you shouldn't have to ask for money. She'll give you some.
Well, how would she give it to you? Like, okay, let's create the scenario. You handling your business.
She ain't gonna even wait. That's how you know. That's how you know. When they don't wait. They don't wait. They don't wait to hear what you need. They don't look. All them is asking you what you need because they've already taken care of everything they can see. If you don't have that happening in your life, I strongly suggest that you get you some extra.
There you go. X-Wolf. Do we still have the X-Wolf video?
Yeah.
I like the X-Wolf video. It's produced nicely. It's just, I want it to be a little bit more. Let's see the video. Put the video on. Sarah? Or then Sarah's going to be like, oh, I don't know where it is. I have to find it. And then, wait a minute.
Don't do me like that.
Wait a minute. I thought it was in this folder.
Don't be this
Oh,
guy.
there it is. Don't be
Raise
this guy.
your drive and libido. It's time to man up with X-Wolf. Boost your testosterone levels to help decrease your body fat
volume on or
percentage
no?
Yeah, it's
and increase
They can
lean muscle
Okay, good.
mass gains. Boost your stamina and blood flow for those tough workouts. And these workouts also.
Okay.
Go to xlabsups.com to find out more.
xlabsups.com. Jeff, your thoughts?
Raise your
You can handle your life on the Windows. And I had this conversation on Facebook a few minutes ago. I cannot run my present mental metaphysical computer on the Windows 98 programming of my ancestors.
Well,
Okay.
okay, here we go. Come on,
X-Wolf,
Porpheus.
bruh, X-Wolf is on some, has been around forever, but is on some Mac Air. A lot of you niggas are still trying to run your lives on the IBM 3700 personal program, which came out in the 80s. Keep doing what you know better than. Keep doing, that's what I'm gonna say about it. Keep doing what you know better than.
I like that, Jeff. I like that. All right, well, there you go. We got more to promote. Jeff just took us somewhere. Are y'all ready for this promotion? What we got next? We got several things. We got Terry Lomax.
yes.
Where's Jeff? You muted him? Because I thought he was beatboxing. All right. Anyway, because I want to hear Jeff. We got Terry Lomax. Yo. Yeah, where'd Jeff go? Let's get Jeff back in here. She's, oh no, Jesus. Yeah, let's get Jeff back in here, man. This girl right here, man.
I'm sorry. Jeff, can you hear me? Oh, fuck.
Did you lose Jeff Brown?
Oh, my God.
Why? Okay.
There he is. All right. You back, Jeff?
Hello? I can't hear nothing now.
Oh, shit.
Oh, this girl.
Y'all unplug some shit?
She did. Don't worry about it, Jeff. I'm going to finish this promo. She'll get you together. Anyway, Terry Lomax has a branding package for anybody who's looking to enhance their brand, who's looking to expand their brand, who's looking to monetize their brand. YoBrandingWorkshop.com. Now, y'all know I don't promote just anybody. Terry Lomax is the one, the sister behind, I had a team. She's a member of this team. But Terry Lomax is the one who brought me the idea of the master class. And she set up all the technical aspects of the master class. And there's a lot of technical stuff behind the master class, whether it be different services, digital services that you have to have in place. And Terry Lomax is a genius at this. Trust me, you want to build your brand, you want to build a podcast, you want to make some money around it. This woman here has put together a comprehensive plan that would lead you to that outcome. All you have to do is go to YoBrandingWorkshop.com. Right? and get clarity so you can build a solid foundation for your brand. She's dope. When I tell you she's dope, she's dope. Go to her website and do that. This is what you're going to get for only $47. It ain't gonna always be $47, by the way. It's gonna go up to like, I don't want to say, but it's gonna go up to a lot. Right now it's $47, I think until the 21st, something like that. But either way, what you're gonna get is you're gonna get lifetime access to 3 value pack video trainings, question and answers, a 14-page workbook that will give you step-by-step instructions for creating a solid brand, and bonus content from industry experts, a trademark attorney, a graphic designer, and a millionaire mindset coach. And you'll have access to this forever. I'm just telling you to go support it now while it's $47. Okay?
47.
Makes sense to me. Okay, the HuriKane Report.
HuriKane.
Let's get to the HuriKane Report. This is Al Jazeera for black folk here in America. Street news. News for you. From your perspective. Street journalism. How many more superlatives can I name? Anyway, get with the HuriKane Report. Go support them right now. Buy their merchandise. Their site is under construction right now, but they will be back soon. I get a lot of my stories that we cover in our current events from the HuriKane Report. Go to H-report.news. Support. H-report.news. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. What else do we have? Okay, we're done here. Oh. Yes. Go get. Hold on, why you keep moving so I can read?
No, it's a big video. It does it on its own.
What in the Sam hell? Oh, this one. This woman here now. I don't know.
Lord Jesus, Lord.
She gonna put up a video that I can't even read, moving at high speed. This is a book called Dysfunction. Right? It's available on Amazon.com. Dysfunction book. Well, I always tell people to buy my book directly from me because that's where you make the most money. Go to www.dysfunctionbook.com. The Goddess Journals by Joy Alanis. I'm telling you, this thing is going to be, I mean, it's already popping off. It's already #1 bestseller on Amazon right now. I'm telling you, this young lady has helped me. She, put it this way, every book I've ever put out, she has helped me edit. She has helped me format. She has helped me with graphic design, the artist. Listen, when I tell you this is a professional writer at the highest level, I think she's the next Shonda Rhimes.
Oh, shit.
That's what I think. I think this book right here in particular, there's a reason why it's #1. I think this book right here in particular is going to open the door to Hollywood or Southwood. We got to have another name for Atlanta. Was it Countrywood?
Bootywood?
Not Bootywood.
That's G-Wood.
No, not Bootywood. I'm just saying Hollywood South something. It's got to be another name for it. Because, yeah, I think the doors are going to open for her. She could be the next, like I said, Shonda Rhimes, man. That is the lady who wrote Scandal. What is the movie? TV show? Scandal.
How to Get Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder. This that type of book right here. So I suggest everybody go to Amazon.com and purchase it right now. What else do we have? We should be done.
Oh, no, we have more, and I'm pulling it up right now because
The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. My 2015 book, amazing book. I'm telling you, it's a workbook, 12 chapters. At the end of each chapter, there are exercises that you have to do in order to migrate to the next chapter. The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship is available in 3 different formats on Amazon.com, Kindle, Audible, as well as paperback. The Holographic Relationship is the follow-up, 2019 follow-up to the Relationship Dismount. It is available on IamZoWilliams.com if you want the paperback version. If you want the Kindle version, go to Amazon. It's there as well. Are we finally done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Geoff? All right, this is what we normally do. What?
Testing 1, 2, Geoff. Geoff,
What?
we,
What?
you're on, bro.
Hey. Just at home homing, huh?
Look here, I got to get that boy. My son messed up and told me he wanted to be my assistant for today because my assistant, I'm on hire today. So I had to get his ass hopping. And while you was promoting, I didn't think it would take as long to explain shit to him as it did. I don't know if any of you noticed this, but it takes longer to explain shit to kids now. I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to tell the boy to cook me something. Go in the refrigerator, you can't do wrong, because I didn't put no wrong shit in there in the beginning. Just cook your daddy something.
This is what I love about Geoff. This is what. So normally we do current events, right? And we'll go through all the current events of what's happening around the world. But today is different, right? Because there's a shift, man. There's a shift, and I think we have to capitalize on moments when people are paying attention and want to go higher, and want to do better, and want to do more. And I say this all the time, as everybody is a work in progress, you know, what you're learning on the way, like say, you know, how life, then this is how I see it, how life is, it's a journey. And you're on the way, right? As you're learning, you're on the way. You're picking up things on the way. When you pick up understanding on the way, I think it's part of your responsibility to share your understanding that you've gained. And I think there are a lot of brothers out there, man, on the streets, across this country that can benefit from some of the lessons we've picked up along the way. Correct, Geoff?
Yes, that's what we hoping.
Right. So today's topic.
Hope we ain't doing this shit just for our health.
Here we go. Today's topic, and I think it's important because, see, a lot of times people will project onto you unfinished work, right? So they'll hear me they'll hear me speak on something or address a topic, and they'll think I'm talking about somebody else. Let me just be clear, I'm talking about me. In 2018, like there have been two different stints, extended, there have been a few stints, but there have been two extended stints where I wasn't in contact with my youngest son. I think you met my youngest son before, Geoff, haven't you?
Yeah, briefly.
Little chocolate, the chocolate version of me, little Naeem.
Yeah.
Naeem's 19.
Oh yeah, you ain't no denying.
Yeah. That's my boy. And there have been disruptions in our relationship because of my poor management of the relationship I have with his mother. Right? I tell people to study neuro-linguistic programming, right? When you study neuro-linguistic programming, also known as NLP, right? They tell you to take responsibility for the disturbances you experience in relationship with other people. They say if there is a disturbance in a relationship with somebody else through your communication, you are to take responsibility for that because you lack rapport. So because I lack a certain kind of rapport with my youngest son's mother, there have been disruptions in he and I's relationship. And I take full responsibility for those disruptions. I place no responsibility at her feet. That doesn't mean she's not responsible for something. What I'm saying is I can only control what is mine to control. So anything that I'm responsible for that has contributed to the climate that created a rift between her and thus him and I have to take responsibility for that. Geoff, before I go further, I forgot one thing that's very important, and this is important to you. Y'all got to get this book right here. Fundamentals of Odu by Chief Obafemi. This is my Ifa godfather. This is who initiated me, gave me my Ishefa, initiated me into Ifa. Chief Obafemi, understanding the fundamentals of Odu. Well, what is Odu? Do you know Odu is thousands and thousands and thousands of years old? But when it travels away from the continent, Odu turns into I Ching. The 16 Odu turn into the 16 I Ching. The tablets of destiny that the Sumerians talked about. All this is Africa. Spirituality. Y'all need to check it out. A present day expanded definition and alternatives to working the first 16 Odu. Y'all better check it out. Go to obafemi.org.
Okay, there we go. Because when you go to Google, they give you everybody but this brother's book. So go where?
obafemi.org.
Okay, I'm going to take a stab at Femi. I got it. I got it right.
Femi or Fayemi. Let me help you. Fayemi. F-A-Y-E-M-I. Fayemi. You got it?
Give it to me one more time. I got Obafemi, but I got a universal. Yeah.
Geoff.
You got to give it to me.
Oba. It's all one word. Oba. O-B-A. F-E-M-I. That's one word. Obafemi.
Yeah.
And then the last
yeah.
is Fayemi. F-A-Y-E-M-I.
Okay, don't put that in the web address. That's the brother's name. Because the web address is just obafemi.org, and I'm getting all kind of just, bro, I'm gonna spend some money.
Hey, did you see this?
Huh?
When you found the website, did you see this?
What that is?
The book.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm telling you. I saw that book.
All right, so where you at, Geoff?
I am at www.obafemi.org.
There you go. obafemi.org. And the reason why I'm promoting this while I'm setting up this topic is because this was essential to the reconnection with my estranged son. I had him yesterday. He was doing a photo shoot for me because I got a camera. He wants the camera, but he didn't take good care of the camera yesterday. But he wants the camera, and I had a ritual yesterday to do, and he was there. And I said, take pictures of the ritual. But this played a significant part in the reconnection. And I wanted to talk about, Geoff, how do we reconnect with our estranged children? How do we reconnect with with relationships that have been fractured. Oftentimes, I ain't got a good relationship with the mama, so I ain't got a good relationship with you. There are some weak men out there that do that, right? If me and your mama ain't cool, that means I ain't talking to you no more, right?
Right.
Or
I'm gonna break up with my kids.
I'm gonna break up with my kids at the same time I break up with you.
Yeah.
Right? And now oftentimes when that rift happens, whatever narratives that are being shared in the house on both ends is feeding the kid negatively, right? About each parent. Geoff,
Yeah.
my question is, how do you regain the trust of an estranged kid? How does an estranged father, right? How does he reconnect with the kid or stay connected to the kid when he's on the outs? How do we do that, Geoff? Talk to me, man.
Well, brother, it's something I sadly know a bit much about, because I have my entire adult life been fighting to be in the lives of my children. All 5 of them. And I think the best thing for you to do is to understand that, and Zoe actually helped me with this, no matter what she is, they're going to love her. They're going to love her because whatever atmosphere that she created, positive or negative, it works toward the narrative of her being good, right, in your corner, loving you, regardless of who she is. The reverse of that narrative, if you two are not in a healthy relationship, is that you are the reverse of that. That's the narrative. You're going to have to hurdle that narrative, and the only way that you can is by being the constant, regardless to how they are the variable. In this is something I'm doing, or pre-COVID. Fellas, or son or daughter, I'm gonna be at X place every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna be there for as close to 52 Wednesdays as I can. If that's the bowling alley, if that's the pool hall, whatever you know you do that you like, or you know is something you can do that they like, a batting cage, wherever. I'm going to be there every Tuesday or every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. You be the constant.
Right.
Let them be the variable. You must be the constant, and you must understand that you do not get to take the position of a present father. It don't matter. It don't matter how dirty that broad was. I know a little bit about dirty bitches. And how they tell your kids you coming on days you don't know nothing about. So now the kid think you ain't shit and you didn't even know. Okay? The number one pillar, the pillar of black society is the black mother. And she is the last person that we want to scrutinize, which is what puts us in this place.
Right.
You're going to have to be the constant, and you're going to have to be able to deal with this. You're going to have to be able to deal with the fact that maybe, just maybe, you're not going to be able to fix this, and you're looking at your own flesh that will kill you and spit on your grave, and you got to be good with it. You got to look that in the face. If you cannot look that in the face, if you cannot be the constant, if you cannot understand that you are dealing, because this is where I'm at with it, especially with boys. Look here. If you can take what she got to say at face value without factoring in the shit I don't know. There's some shit about your mama you know ain't shit that you know I don't know.
Boy, wait, hold on though. Hold Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. This one's tough because you said something that's profound, but at the same time, it provides a bit of a challenge. Taking what she says at face value,
Sure.
right? Without factoring in what they don't know or the information that they don't know. That's hard.
No. Not the information. Yeah. That's not what I meant.
What do you mean?
I meant the information. There is shit about your mama I have no idea about.
Right.
That you know.
That they know.
Right.
Right.
That ain't shit.
Okay, there we go. I wanted to be clear.
Yes. If you, I'm not making you responsible for the shit I know about your mama. Because some of it ain't your business. That's another thing. There is a lot of shit between me and your mama that's not your business. I'm not talking about that. What I'm discussing is the shit that you know that I don't, that you don't agree with, that you know is wrong, that you know does not make sense as a man. If you can look that shit in the face and not be able to go, you know what, maybe there's another side to this. If you are right, you're going to have to bump your head against the ground on a bunch of shit.
Right.
And get back here.
But see, Geoff, what happens also, bro, is there's this talk. Usually the talk comes from an experience, right? So if a bunch of sisters get together and they talk about negative relationship experiences, typically they don't cast themselves in the light of someone who perpetuated this shit.
Or had any fucking thing to do with it.
Or had anything. But the flip is true about brothers too. Sometimes we'll have a negative experience with women and then we'll coalesce around the negative experiences that we share, as opposed to saying, you know what, this is what I brought to the table. I think oftentimes there are very few accountable men and very few accountable women. I think for the most part, both genders are pretty unaccountable when it comes to what they brought to the table. There are some men out there, Geoff, and I want you to speak to this. Because you've spoken, bro. You've spoken to the fact that there's some horrible women out there, and you, like you said, it's about 5 of them, but they represent
busy,
they busy.
So busy.
Right?
Woo.
But I also want you to cover the brothers who give up on the responsibility of being dads. The brothers who are mad at the fucking outcome of the relationship and stop participating with the child. There are some men out there who do that kind of shit too. And when that is done, and the revelation that may or may not come, because you saw it with, who was it? Was it Shaq's daddy? Shaq blew up. And once Shaq daddy blew up, or once Shaq blew up, Shaq's daddy showed up. Like, hey, what's happening?
Hey, boy.
Or was that LeBron's real daddy? I don't know. Somebody daddy showed up. Was it Shaq's daddy? I think it was Shaq's daddy. Like, how in the fuck do you reconnect when you have the revelation that, damn, my child needs me or needed me? Geoff, how do you show up? What is the first thing you do to reconnect?
Well, again, I think we can go back to being the constant. First off, if they're huge, they're looking for it.
If they big, if they looking for
If
it.
they big, they're looking for it. Meaning if they made it. If they made it, where motherfuckers can see them, let me tell you something. They're looking for you to show up.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do, you will not have the shield of humanity or logic behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about I'm talking to you, dude that ain't shit, that abandoned your kids, that don't want to be ain't shit no more. But your son done made it. You can see he need what you got or what you found. He don't need what you had. He don't need the irresponsibility you had. He don't need the indecision, the cowardice, the whatever that you had. He needs what you got now because you're not that dude. And you see that he needs it. Bruh, all you can do is make it available.
What I did, Geoff, and help me to understand, you might be my therapist on this. Because I was estranged from my youngest son. I was estranged. And
How old is he?
He's 19 now.
Okay.
And, you know, I was estranged, and I had a mindset where I said, I'm just going to reach out. Right? I'm just going to hit him on his Instagram. And I'm gonna be what you said. You said, be the constant, right? So I said, the only thing I could do is constantly reach out. So he'll know that I'm here. I'm going to shout him out on his birthday. I'm going to shout him out on the holidays. I'm going to give him my number. I'm going to tell him to call me. I'm going to try to stay connected with him, whether he responds or not. Yes. Right? See, because this is what people are not realizing right now. Because people want to talk about other shit and be messy. I'm talking about me, my experience. Right? This is about me. This is not about another person. This is about me.
Okay.
It's
about us, actually.
Yeah,
it's about us, brother.
Right.
Because we going through this.
Right, because you saying something that makes me think. I feel like there's a double standard in being solid or in being consistent. Like you just said, the man has to be the constant amongst the variable. The implication was the woman is the variable. But the man...
No. The son is the variable.
The son,
not the mother.
But not the mother. Thank you.
The child is the variable, not
Thank
the mother. The
Thank
mother has been the constant.
There we go.
You must be the new constant and let him be the variable.
There we go. Now, just because here's the thing. Broken people, right? They seek the counsel of their brokenness in order to make, right, decisions. Now, for me, I said, I'm going to reach out and I'm going to try to stay in contact with my son. But you know what? I got to a point where I also said, now help me with this, Geoff. You got to be my therapist here. Because I would talk to different people and they would say, man, you got to go get your son. Go get him. And I would say, nah, I'm going to wait until he come to me. Geoff, did I fail him? When I said, I'm going to wait until he comes to me. Because that was my process. I'm going to wait until he comes to me. Did I fail him by making that decision?
You may have. However, bruh, I've said this before. It is unnatural for a father to love his children around the mother. The child loves his kids through the mother. That mother-child thing is a thing that you orbit and protect and oversee and guide. But generally, you love your kids through their mama, especially when you split.
Uh-huh.
What happens is a man can literally wear himself out in this unnatural energy of how to file the paperwork to go to court, how to do what I have to do. As I said often before, it's in this unnatural energy, you're gonna make some unnatural mistakes because what you are saying makes perfect sense where we from. In the jungle,
Right.
in a tribal situation,
Right.
I would wait until you return to me. That makes sense. Now put the court of law in it. Put child support in it.
Right.
Put the niggas on your daddy's side ain't shit in it. Put the whole, as I like to say often to sisters, yeah, that sounds really good in a niggas ain't shit session. But however, put all that but however in it, brother.
Right.
Put the fact that you were not surrounded by 5 other dudes going through the same shit that decided to get together and come up with some wise counsel from an elder because your elders were snatched from you. That's put that in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now, whether you call it an excuse or not, you can't deny that it's a reason. I can explain a lot more than I can excuse.
Right.
And I'm not trying to excuse what you did, but the explanation is simple. Do you think, yes, let me ask you a couple questions. Do you think that given the tools to negotiate with your woman that you have now, if you had those 19 years ago, would you have the same problem?
The tools that I got now?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Yeah, I would be different.
How much weight? Here's the thing, brother. The likelihood, the success of reuniting with your child is directly proportional to their ability to understand that people evolve.
Right.
So, yes, it is your mistake. Yes, you should have done it different. But the boat is out there. The captain of that boat got to turn the rudder. And the only way that captain gonna turn the rudder, on the lost water of society is if you become the lighthouse, because the lighthouse is a constant. Boy, that Jeff Brown is amazing.
No, nigga, my book is called The Shrouded Lighthouse. You ain't saying
Okay. The Shrouded Lighthouse? Okay, that's what the Shrouded Lighthouse. Having some hot sauce out the refrigerator. Yes, I don't know if that's what the book's about. That's who you are. That's who the man has to be. The man has to be the lighthouse.
Right.
And his child is out there lost on the water. You might not, you're going to have to deal with the fact that your boy, especially now, thank you, sir, especially now, you're going to have to deal with the fact that your boy might not navigate back to the lighthouse, but that has nothing to do with you having to keep the light on. You got to keep the light on.
Of course. So what I did, because we got a lot of stupid people in the chat room, man. Take this transparency, take this insight and apply it to your own shortcomings, right? That's the whole purpose of this. Stop being petty, goofy, broken little people who find joy in or recognizing that other people are just as fucked up as you, right? Right? So much of us spend so much time just really enjoying the fact that everybody is as fucked up as me, and I really feel comfortable in the cesspool, because if I was the only little piece of shit in this commode and it was clean, then I would feel bad about myself. But I feel better about myself because there are so many lumps of shit in here, and we're all stinking and festering. And you know what? It feels really good to be around motherfuckers that I recognize. We have those kind of people here in the chat room, right? So what I'm trying to lay out for you is a blueprint to overcome you, like to overcome yourself, because this is what I had to do. When I was estranged from my son, I communicated with my son directly. And for a long time, he did not respond. For a long time, he did not respond. But I kept reaching out. I kept talking to him. Not only did I do that, I employed the service of my oldest son, whom my youngest son looks up to. And my oldest son would talk to him, and they would communicate, and they would love on each other. They'd be like, oh man, dad is dad, man. Dad is cool, man. You should reach out. Once my oldest son went to visit my youngest son, and the first thing out of my youngest son's mouth was, how is dad? How is dad doing? My oldest son told me, here, ask him yourself. And my youngest son got on the phone, and that had been the first time I had talked to him in a long time. He was like, hey, how you doing, old man? I said, I'm good, youngster. You getting my messages? Yeah, I'm getting your messages. So cool. We begin to talk. But it took a little while. What I recognized was, guess what? I'm not on my terms here. I'm on his terms. He got to get comfortable. He got to want to push the relationship further. When I say, I'm going to sit back and wait till he calls me, that doesn't mean I wasn't actively reaching out to him. When I say I'm going to wait until he responds, until he takes my messaging to the next level through his response. Hey, let me talk to my dad. Let me get with my dad.
Absolutely.
And he had to come to that moment. Now, because I grossly mismanaged my relationship with his mother, he revealed the truth on that too. He said, Dad, I would have called you, but my mother said I couldn't call you until I turned 18. See, sometimes you just got to stay the fucking course. Sometimes you just got to stay the course. You might not get the result you want immediately, but you just got to stay the course, because at the end of the day, for your own fucking soul, you got to be able to say, I can go to bed at night knowing that I did what was in my power to do. Geoff, your thoughts?
Sure. We all got a gang of healing to do. Where I think you have hit a home run is that your son didn't wait until, which is generally what happens. Most dudes make their way back to their daddy when they date enough women like their mom.
Ooh.
You go, wait a minute. I am now the man in the position my father was dealing with this shit.
Wow.
When they start hearing stories, when they start to compare her logic to their own as adults, when they start to look back, I ain't talking about none of this shit. So, and I don't know your baby's mama. I don't know her from a can of paint. I don't have nothing against her.
Shit.
But the same mind that told that boy, you can't talk to your daddy till you 18, made a multitude of choices that you did not see that he did. And it is that information that you deal with generically in metaphor that makes him deal with specifically when he think back on it.
Well,
And that's all you can do.
well, but see, this is how I approach things. And this is the ultimate narrative that I'm trying to push. Take full responsibility of the experience you're experiencing. Regardless of who the fuck you are or whatever your gender is, right? The man or the woman in this situation, take full responsibility of that which you are in control of. You. I've heard it said by authors, the Holnicks, right? They wrote a book. It's a husband and wife couple. Mary Holnick and her husband, the Holnicks, they own a fucking school out here in Santa Monica called the University of Santa Monica. It's this spiritual school. Iyanla Vanzant and all these people went there. In their book, Loyalty to Your Soul, one of the most powerful things that was ever said or that I read in that book was, it is not the issue that is your issue. It is your response to the issue that is your issue. So what I like to do is push accountability in all situations. I'm estranged from my child at that time because I lacked rapport. I could have been a better communicator. I could have, but at the same time, I recognized I had to communicate the way I had to communicate so I could see the darkness in the way I communicated. How I was being triggered. I needed to see that in order to recognize that is what I need to work on. I had to go through it in order to go, here's your problem. This is what you're responsible for. Now work on this. That's the key to me. It's not the issue that is your issue. It's how you, not how we, no. How you respond. That's your issue right there. How you going to respond to somebody saying you can't see your son today? Or how are you going to respond? How are you going to respond to a child telling you, I don't want to see you today?
Here's how, bro.
Talk.
I got you. To every young man, I'm going to answer Zoe's question as I answer you, as I tell you this. This knowledge cost me the relationship of easily my youngest son of my oldest batch. My oldest son, no.
What are they, eggs, nigga?
Oh, yeah, they batches, baby.
You got batches of children?
I got two batches. This one niggas can't talk shit to me about black women. I have 5 children by 2 black wives, nigga. Wives, okay? Now, I ain't got 5 kids running around by 3-4 different women. 5 kids by 2 wives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? to learn this, young man. The minute that it don't look like it's going to go good between you and her, whether that baby is walking or she peeing on a stick, run, not walk to court. Fill out an income and expense declaration and get on the docket with you as the plaintiff. He who goes first does better.
That's true. Hey, that's game.
That's right. This last thing, the last three things you want to take
Because,
to court of
hey, wait.
law is...
Wait. Because if you go second, as a man, they going to judge you for not going first. They're going to say, well, yeah, you responding, but why weren't you the impetus of this case? Why didn't you bring this case first? And you going to get judged for not bringing the case first. So this is real game Jeff Brown is sharing with you. You gotta take their ass to court. Because if you wait until they take you to court, you gotta remember the court system, especially the family court system, is an advocate for the mother, regardless of her condition. Go ahead, Jeff.
Brother, what I am telling you is something. For those of you, I'll have to throw this out because I'm a little sensitive about protecting my manhood. This is what is known as a lotus paw. Those of you who think that my hand is feminine, when it comes out like this, when I hold my hand like that, you would think that if you were to rush me with your right hand down, and I hit you in the bridge of your nose with the hand of my palm, and right before you go back, I stick you in the other eye with this finger. And I use that a lot because I use the lotus palm a lot. So now you know. Anyway.
Listen here, Juice Lee. Knock it off.
And I'll stab you in the face. Anyway.
Juice Leroy.
This is information that, regrettably, I have been getting firsthand since 1991. This shit I'm telling you ain't some shit I read. This is some shit that my life has been drug through.
Right.
Since 5 years after I got a goddamn driver's license, I've been fighting for my kids.
Right.
Go to court and get 50% custody. One, child support is based on custody. That's why women will fight you for it. Because they already know, if this nigga get 50-50, my money just got cut in half. 2, always document everything. Get a custody order in place. Get a support order in place before she does. Get the support order set up from your income and expense declaration. This is for young fathers. This information is not for you trick ass niggas that don't want nothing to do with your kids. This is for, if you really want to be a part of your kid's life, get 50% custody. Right out the gate. Once you get a support order in place, I don't give a fiddler's fuck how bad it's going on over there. Don't give her a bent nickel. You send that shit to court. You send that shit through the state. If she does not want to deal with you directly without them, she does not get to deal with you directly with them. These are your dogs. You sick them on me? Don't complain about how much they eat. This is your shit. 2 or 3. Once your orders are in place, you have a court order for when you are to see your children, when you're to pick them up, when you're to drop them off. When you have that in your hand, she is now, and I have done this I've done this 4 times, where the police have gotten involved because her raggedy ass boyfriend want to flex, not understanding I can easily fuck you up, but I don't want to fuck up what's going on with my kids. Let's call the police and get them involved, because you know what they gonna go on? The court order. They gonna roll with the court order. All this you out here acting
Hey, wait,
fool.
and Geoff, if there's no court order, they really can't do shit.
They can't do a goddamn thing. So get your court order in place. Now, document the event so the next time that you go to court, you can go, Your Honor, here is Miss Thing openly defying your order. Because now you define the white man.
But let me ask you this. Wait.
Almost done. Keep building them bricks. Those bricks of her defiance of court orders is made up of the house of you getting your kids.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Geoff, because I have shared the company of some brothers who find that some judges are still lenient on sisters or the mothers of their children who defy court orders, making excuses for them. I have a brother who explained this to me recently. He said when he does something wrong, the judge reprimands him harshly. When she does something wrong or doesn't follow the court order to the letter, the judge finds context for why she did what she did and somehow lenient. How do you deal with that then, Geoff?
Got you covered, Pimpin'.
Come on. Come on.
Judicial review.
Keep going.
Every judge can be brought up on judicial review.
Come on, Geoff. Come on.
So what you do is you document everything that you have gone through with this judge and find other brothers who have gone through the same bullshit. And when you can find a clear and concise
pattern
view of their bullshit.
There we go.
Now, fuck them. Bring in the court of public opinion. As we speak of this, so I was talking about this with some brothers last night. Let me know if y'all interested in this. Oh, by the way, Giraffe Balls is coming right after this at 1 o'clock or whenever we get done. This might be part of the subject, but we need to start a Black Fathers' Rights Alliance.
Right. But
so
that,
we
hey.
can change some of this shit. So that we can, I see somebody saying get a better lawyer. No, the lawyer, let me tell you something. All the help I got from a parent, oh man, I ain't gonna put him all the way out there. But his initials are DF, and he works in the LA County court system as a paperwork. He processes paperwork from court to court.
What is he, a paralegal?
No. He's the person that lawyers and paralegals hire to take this down to 111 South Hill and then go out to Long Beach with this because this needs to be there before that court date with blah, 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 blah.
Right.
He does a lot of that.
Right.
If it was not for that, brother, I'd have never got my kids back.
Okay.
Because he gave me the inside shit.
Now, you talked about the legal side. I want to bring you back to the parental side. Because there's still a reconnecting. You got your kids back.
Oh, yeah.
So what are the do's and don'ts of reconciliation? What are the do's and don'ts of rebuilding that relationship? Because you know when you get them back, hold on, Geoff, let me set it up for you. I know you're ready to go, but just hear the whole thing, pimp. Get a few more puffs in. Is that water or gin?
Nigga, this is a bottle of... we all know I work for D.L. Hughley, who is a high-class alcoholic, and he hangs out with other high-class alcoholics. So they always have really nice bottles. I take those bottles and make bongs, and this is my water. This is my water for the studio, nigga. I mean, this is your studio water.
He's a courier. Somebody said he was. Your guy.
Yeah.
He's a courier.
Absolutely. Call him a courier. Call him what you want. But for those of you who are Bible bumpers, the Lord always uses the small. Anyway.
So let me come back to you, Geoff.
Yes, sir.
The do's and don'ts of reconciliation, the do's and don'ts of rebuilding your relationship. Because the name of the topic is how do you, or how to talk to your estranged kids like they're Barber. Now, I got this topic from you. What do you mean how to talk to your kids like an estranged, or your estranged kids like they're Barber? How do you do that?
Well, first you gotta wait till they sit in the chair. But what you do, and when I said I didn't get my kids, I have to address that. I got my kids back. I'm talking about my youngest batch, not my older ones. I sadly had to apologize to them because I love. Yep, I'm gonna put that in the ring.
You're already. Hey, Geoff. Guess what? You're already ranting. You've been ranting.
Yes, but there's this thing you do where you go, all right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for it. So I'm leaving.
I'm saying, don't hold out, Geoff. Go in. Go ahead.
Okay. You said I had to apologize to my oldest son. Here's how it went down. One day I'm at the house. My phone rings. My son. He said, "We want to talk to you." One of my oldest sons. When he gets to my house, they get to my house. They sit on my couch, and they go, "We just want to say that you're doing. We keep hearing about the job you're doing with the youngest two, because there is a weird, brother. Is this weird? All the women in my family, to include my mother, my two ex-wives, those three are incommunicado. I'm the one on the outs, while they feed my sons. Anyway, my sons come to my house, and because they keep a relationship with my daughter and my youngest son through my ex-wife and not me. So they go and they come and they say, "You know what, Dad? We need you to keep doing what we keep hearing about what you're doing with
the youngest kid.
The youngest ones.
You're treating them differently."
Right. Woo! I said, okay.
Here we go.
Apologize.
Here we go.
Let me first apologize to you, because it is not fair that I had to use you as practice dummies with the court to learn how to fight.
Ooh.
I learned that I did not have to settle for having you every other weekend and 2 weeks in the summer. I thought that's everything we all heard. That's what I thought it was. So I settled for that. You know how I found out that I could have more? By that mistake I made in your case. So I have more with them. I apologize for moving so far, because y'all lived in the Inland Empire and I thought LA would be close enough to pursue my career. I didn't know that. So I changed this mistake. And to the point of being homeless and living in my truck,
come on, man.
I refused to be less than 5 miles from them, because I knew that now.
Come on, Geoff.
I didn't know that when I was young.
Listen. I like it. Come on, Geoff. Keep going.
I apologize that I didn't know I could get 50% custody of you and didn't stay within 5 minutes of your mama. Because that's what I would have done. I did not know how they were going to overdevelop the 91. I didn't know. I didn't factor in that all this traffic time was y'all's time. Every chance I had, I would come and get you. But I'm not going to go down that road. I want you to ask yourself, how much do these kids tell you that is foreign to you? How much does Blanky tell you about learning about manhood that is foreign to you? Can someone tell me who here does not know how to swim, ride a bike, tie a tie, shave, and where you got that information?
Hey, Geoff, let's go deeper, Geoff. Let's go deeper, man. Let's go deeper. where did you get the notion to compare yourself to your little brother and sister? Because if you get in the same teaching, how then are you still comparing? Who told you to compare?
Yeah, let's go with, okay. I'm going to pretend that it ain't the obvious answer, which is your mom. Let's pretend it's not for me. Here's what your problem is. As a logical problem solver, as a male, having been exposed to a logical problem solver, having been exposed to a father who came from less than nothing to develop what he has.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you learn. This is what you're dealing with. You deal with the propaganda versus the young conversation. Daddy did this, and Daddy says this, and Dad won't let us do this. Dad, all that sounds familiar. And Dad do this. Dad does this with us. And all these are good things. That's the conversation. But you got to deal with the propaganda that your daddy is irresponsible, lazy, womanizing, violent. Well, he is violent. All these things that don't equal the conversation.
Yeah.
So, in order to make it work in your brain, you got to go tell Daddy to keep up the good work and be different than he was with you.
So, Geoff, here's another thing, or maybe a recontextualization of what you just said. Apologizing for having your kids, right, at your current level of development.
Come on, bro.
When I had you, this is what was in my internal knowledge of self toolbox.
Holy shit.
This is all I had. I didn't have the tools I have now. So if I'm going to apologize for something, I'm going to apologize for not being fully equipped. However, having you at that moment led to the acquisition of the tools I needed to be who I am today.
Where the fuck were you?
So not only am I going to apologize to you, I'm also going to thank you for leading me on the journey I needed to be on through your birth so I could acquire the tools I need to be a better person that I am today. Again, this is why I say to children, they have their roles in deep ways in your life. Sometimes you got to be at your worst around them so they can reflect that back to you so you can see, damn, that little nigga shows me the darkness and the ugliness of me. That I've been spending most of my time, energy, and effort doing busy work. I got a project over here. I got a couple bitches over here. I got shit over here. So I don't have to look at myself. So sometimes the work in progress that you are will manifest the shadow, right? Hey, here's a baby. You wasn't ready for this baby. You were all over the place in your life. And you was doing all types of shit. And here come this baby. And you think, damn, now the baby is shadow bonded to you. Motherfucker was cute first few years. Then when it grows up and starts to challenge the inconsistencies, the incongruencies, the contradictions, the fallacies of you. Then you start to go, well, God damn.
How dare he contradict my folly?
Well, don't I take care of you, nigga? That ain't gonna be enough of an answer. See, when a child asks a spiritual question, the answer can't come from your wallet. You see? The answer must come from your inner work, the result of your inner work. Geoff, when I say do's and don'ts, bruh, of reconciliation, do you know part of the do's deal with spiritual healing on your end?
The biggest part.
Number one, you can't come back as the problem that caused them to leave. So it's going to take some self-reflection to go, am I still the problem I was that perpetuated my exit? So first, self-reflect. Geoff covered number 2, apology. But the apology must be sincere.
Ain't no buts in an apology.
Right? The apology must be sincere. It must be honest. It must be truthful. It must be it must have transparency in it. Hey, this is who I am or who I was. And I may be a little bit different than who I was. And here are the steps that I took to get away from who I was. See, a lot of people don't know the proper do's when reconnecting to an estranged child. You know what's really cathartic? When you connect or reconnect to an estranged child, writing them letters.
Come on, bruh.
Let the letters of your transparency, of your apology, of your truthfulness be their journal or be your journal. I'm writing you a letter, but I'm really journaling. I love you. This is why I love you. This is what I want to do for you. What kind of resources should you provide to an estranged child? Sure, everybody gonna say, hey, it's gotta be money. Sure, it's gotta be money. But it also has to be a philosophy.
What about when the dollar crashes? What do you give them then?
But that's again, please understand what knowledge is. Knowledge is not for you to run around and regurgitate some shit you read in a book so you can sound deep to other people. Knowledge is actually tools. Do you understand? It's actually tools. It's things to be applied. Now, here's the fucking trick bag. Psychological knowledge imprisons you to the past.
I'm gonna need you to repeat that.
Psychological knowledge imprisons you in the past. Why? I've been through this. I went through this and this made me that. This is where I got that bullshit from. I was raised like this. You start psychological knowledge. Now, you have technical knowledge that says, hey, motherfucker, this is how you write a book. You're going to need a table of contents. You're going to need an illustrator. You're going to need a graphic design team. You're going to need a printing company. You're going to need a copy editor. Do you get what I'm saying? You might need a ghostwriter. Again, that's a type of knowledge. That's technical knowledge. There is technical knowledge in this cell phone. There's more technology that comes from technical knowledge in this cell phone than there was in that old ass spaceship they used to land on the moon. There's more technology in your smartphone than was in that goddamn moon landing plane or craft they was in. That's technical knowledge. Our technical knowledge is far more advanced than our spiritual knowledge. That psychological knowledge. If you're not doing the work, first off, the apology must be true and it must be therapy and cathartic for you. Don't get into big explanations about what went down. Just apologize for your part about what went down and take ownership.
Can I give you a job just parenthetically? Abandon what went down.
There you go. And
what mama was or what you did and what from your end. Not what you didn't do.
Right.
What she didn't do.
Right.
What they didn't say. Where y'all didn't go.
Right.
Where they abandoned the guilt of they.
Yes. I like that. And this is why I say employ claim over blame.
Abandon the guilt of they because it is the Bible they were raised on that made you the devil.
Okay, you got another one? Because you're going to say it 2 more times. Say it again.
Abandon the guilt of they because it is the Bible they were raised on in which you were the devil.
Now I'm going to hit you with this.
Imagine a Christian trying to be deprogrammed by Satan himself, because that's what you're doing when you go over into what they did.
Now, Geoff is he hitting some good points, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Don't plead your case.
No.
Don't plead your case to your kid. Don't do it. Because if you're pleading your case, that means resentment is still in place. And as Carl Jung said, where there is resentment, there is resistance. So
pleading your case forces them to make a choice.
We don't want to force them to do nothing. We want everything to flow, right? I'm going to say this. Listen to your children without judgment and without judging yourself. If you're trying to reconnect, you're trying to connect to their story. And they need to be comfortable enough to share their story with you. So your expectations tend to make reconciliation difficult because the kids don't want to come in and have to live up to the expectations that you have for this new relationship to formulate. So you have to come in there basically with a clean slate with no expectations of them in the beginning so that they can find a comfort level to be able to share with you how they really feel. So this is how you listen. You don't play the motherfucking conveyor belt game when listening to them. The conveyor belt game means I'm just waiting for my turn. I'm on a conveyor belt waiting for my turn to get packaged so I can say what I need to say. Get off the fucking conveyor belt. Stop waiting your turn, faking like you listening. Because you're not really listening. What you're trying to do is assemble thoughts and ideas to defend why whatever happened, happened. This is not the kind of conversation you want to have when trying to reconcile. The last thing you should say is, why do you behave or think or regurgitate the things your mama said? See, when you start doing that shit, what you're actually doing is pushing them back to her. That's what you're doing. Because they automatically know it's the same shit. Is it not the same shit? It's the same shit that they tell you in parental alienation. They say the woman, because 80% of parental alienation syndrome, called PASS, parental alienation syndrome, 80% of the primary parentage are women. They have the kids. 20% of the non-custodial parents, right? Men. The reason why they consider parental alienation syndrome a type of abuse is because those 80% women who have the children tend to plant negative ideation in their minds about their father. So it's a form of abuse because the child is their father. So if you sitting there telling the kid, you ain't gonna be shit, you like your daddy, or your daddy ain't shit, man. Your daddy goofy ass nigga, this motherfucker, woo, 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 woo. What you're actually doing is abusing the child. But the flip is true too. When the 20% non-custodials, which are usually fathers, are saying to the kid, man, I'm so motherfucking glad you finally realized what kind of spell you was under,
All that.
the bullshit, nigga. I'm glad you came through and your ass is on my team now. That's really, it's the same shit. It's parental alienation syndrome. You basically saying she ain't shit in an indirect way, which is abusing the child again. Geoff, your thoughts?
You playing her game on the other side of the field. That's all you're doing with that shit.
Right.
That's all you're doing. And to get into listening, you are not listening to someone. If you are sitting to shoot over your shoulder, so on the analogy that you made about listening,
Sarah?
get off the fucking conveyor belt.
Yeah.
You are not listening. If you are busy in your head mustering the rohirrim of your nouns and verbs to do battle with his or her nouns and verbs. Because what your child sitting in front of you, and I have been guilty of this, what your child, imagine how I talk to y'all. You know how hard it is for my kids to talk to me?
How hard is it, Geoff?
Bruh, my children have the easiest time talking to me about what is and isn't factual because I have treated them like little people since they were little.
Right.
And the hardest time talking to me about anything they think is going to break my heart, disappoint me. And I have to work on this right here. If I'm busy getting my nouns and verbs ready for your nouns and verbs, I'm missing your subtext. You cannot possibly gather subtext while you sitting here and wondering what you finna say next, which
right.
is it's the bread and butter of every stand-up comedian that you respect.
Right.
I'm loading my words up. If you are loading words up, then you're not listening. Listen. Not what they're saying, not what's coming out of their mouth, not what's coming out of what the nouns and verbs. Why do the nouns and verbs exist? What does that really mean? What else? Start here. What else could my child possibly mean other than what they are saying? What does that statement mean? Not what the words, not the nouns and verbs. What does the fucking statement mean? And how can you help heal it?
Hey, say, man, is this the motherfucking rant? Should I introduce you? What the fuck?
Oh, nigga, I was gonna put that on giraffe balls after this.
Is you ready? Let me just introduce Geoff. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time, tuning in to the ZoWhat Show, please understand that Bishop Jeffrey Montgomery Loquacious Aloysius Brown visited from First Catholic Apostolic AME Church of listen, Geoff Brown. Hey man, this is my guy right here, solid human being. And for y'all just tuning in, please understand we've been doing these conversations, topics like these for well over a decade now.
Check the resume.
Check the resume. This ain't new. Stop attaching what we talking about to drama. This is what we talk about in general as men. So this is Geoff Brown's intellectual rant. This is where I cut Geoff loose for about 5 minutes. Geoff, you got 5 minutes to go on ahead and do what it is that you do, sir.
Yes, sir. Here we go. All right.
All right.
To touch on what my man Zoe said a little earlier, he said, I have to apologize for not having the tools. Here's another way to put that may make you look at this sentence or these parts of a sentence differently forever. Son or daughter, I had no business with you. At that young age, and or with those bullshit tools that I was given, I had no business with you. Now let me explain what that means. Because if I didn't have business with you, what is business with you? Business with you is showing up ready to teach and learn. Business with you is understanding that regardless to what I think I'm doing in the world for you, I must be keenly aware of what I am doing in the world for you is doing to you. That is the business with you that I didn't have. I had no business with you because that is the business of raising a child. And I did not have that business. So I could not do that business. Be honest about your business and where you were as opposed to where you are. Talk about the difference between talk about where you were. Show where you are. Don't talk about where you are. Talk about where you were. Ain't got shit to do with their mama. Talk about you and where you were. And how you thought at that age. And what you did at that time. You leave her out of it. You're not going to win that. Somebody in the chat earlier put this up. What happens if their new family, if you move on with your life and you get your family and they begrudge you this family? Brother, you have to tell them that this new family looks better because my choices are better. The choices I made with the tools I had at the time could not be made better. I made better choices. Now, if this child sees that as an indictment on their mama, that's about them as a man or woman looking at their mama. Now, as you keep building this wall, you are building a wall that has nothing to do with what you have said negatively about her, but all about the positivity of you. And be prepared for them to look at your love and leave the way you looked at theirs and left.
My. Oh, yes.
Understand the power of the letter. Yeah. Understand the power of the letter.
Listen.
I had a breakup with a woman one time, and it tore my ass up. I was fucking destroyed, and I just, for days, I wouldn't eat. I didn't bathe.
Oh.
I was fucked up. I just was on the couch. I would get off the couch and go piss, shit, come back and cry.
Oh, Lord.
Then one day, I got ready to repeat the cycle and put my head in my lap and went, I can't believe she go. Is that my ass? And then I got to clean my house. Wrote a letter to her. The good, the bad, the ugly, everything I could think of. And I went over to Venice Beach.
Yeah.
Set that letter on fire.
Yes.
Threw it in the water, and I could feel myself healing on the way back to the car.
Listen.
That letter, regardless to who it's going to, because it's coming from and really for
Uh-huh. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Bartholomew Loquacious Brown, Ignatius Loquacious Brown, just delivered a solid word. Listen, let me tell you something about Jeff Brown, man. A lot of y'all think he's just a comedian. A lot of y'all think a lot of comedians are just comedians, but they're not. You have to be exceedingly intelligent to be a top level comedian. You have to be a master, at the very least, of processing what you've been through in order to make it funny. This is what I loved about Richard Pryor. When you've been through hell and all you could do is laugh at the hell you've been through, that man Richard Pryor was raised in a goddamn brothel and found comedy as a coping mechanism.
Because his mama was one of the hoes.
His mama was a hoe and his grandmama was her madam.
Madam.
And the joke, you know the joke when he says, are those the same lips when his mama came in and kissed him goodnight? Are those the same lips you use at work, I guess?
Right.
I mean, he had to make the shit he'd been through funny in order to continue to get through. But here's the mastery of it. That coping mechanism can make you rich, but it won't make you spiritually wealthy.
At all.
As you saw Richard break down and crash. Am I lying, Jeff?
Well, to tease giraffe balls, I'm gonna talk about this very, very fucking thing in depth. And the name of the show is The Two Suits. And it is about the suits as comedians that we put on. Because I have been asked heavily about a particular situation that has been big amongst us in the past week. From that place, I will be discussing that on Giraffe Balls.
Hey, nigga, let me ask you a question. How many commercials for giraffe balls you gonna do today?
About 37.
What the fuck?
What people don't understand is that in order to twist reality, you gotta have a good grip on it.
Mm.
And that's why any comedian you want to sit down with, at least the ones that I respect, I dare you sit down and have a serious conversation with Cat Williams. You will blow your fucking mind. I dare you sit down and have a serious conversation with Don D.C. Curry, Rodney Perry, D.L. Say it. Sit down and have a serious talk with Say It, and it will fuck you up. Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin.
Bruh, Eddie Griffin is one of the to sit down and just have a conversation with this nigga when he ain't on stage, get a pen. Because this is what happens when you put this much pain in that much genius. The problem becomes handling the pain and the genius, and that's in The Two Suits.
Okay, great. I love it. You could turn off the benediction music.
It ain't soothing to me. That's the music that lullaby about people to sleep.
Oh, hallelujah.
You want to play some music for me? Play some jungle drums, because we about to go to war, man.
if she finds some jungle drums, I'm gonna run the fuck up out of here, dude.
That's real shit.
No, but seriously, in the time that we live in today, man, it's Martin Luther King Day. And unity is required amongst our people. But on Martin Luther King Day, there's been reports that there are going to be riots all over the nation because of this Trump thing, right? We should be keenly aware of what's happening in the streets and how it could adversely affect us. As it did that sister who was in downtown Los Angeles who got caught up in the Trump riot then, when they, first off, they bear maced her. Bear mace ain't like regular mace.
No. It's mace for bears.
It's mace for bears. For Christ's sake. Get this big motherfucker up off me. Right?
Off me.
Now, it's about staying away. But in staying away, we have to still stay aware. And listen, staying aware of yours is one thing, but staying aware of ours requires a particular type of skill set. And we got to get back to ours, because no matter how segregated and disaggregated we are as people, they still look at us as a collective. There's still one boot on our collective neck.
Roaches in the cabinet, roaches in the basement, roaches in the kitchen is roaches.
Right.
Niggas in Chicago, niggas in Cleveland, niggas in Miami is niggas.
Niggas. So we gonna have to come together. We're gonna, we're gonna have to come together. We're gonna have to find a way to get past a lot of this hurt. Let me, Geoff. Yes, okay.
We're gonna do that one. That's gonna be on the speaker box and the level up. Go ahead.
No, Geoff, I'm not doing an album with you. It's fine. What I'm saying is, I've always said this, and I'm gonna say it again. You want to heal the community, you got to heal the house. You got to heal the home. You want to heal the home, you got to heal the heart. You got to heal you. You got to go into you. And whatever is estranged in your life is a reflection of what is estranged in your spirit. See, oftentimes we are estranged from the inner work we must do. You want to reconcile with your child? Get some books on active listening, right? Be able to face your child and have eye contact with your child. That's important if you're going to apologize. That's important if you're going to talk to them. That's important if you're going to value what they're saying to you. How many times, how often do we interrupt somebody when we don't agree with what they have to say? How often do we interrupt our child when our child is speaking on their experience and we don't want to take responsibility, or at least a little bit of responsibility, for how they perceived the way we behaved or how they perceived the way we acted? So what do? Instead of seeing the reflection that they're sending back to us, we preempt their sharing, and then we get mad when they don't share no more. You don't listen to me. You don't appreciate what I have to say. Listen, if we want to grow up spiritually, do you know at some point we're going to have to come to the understanding that the highest form of maturity is me accepting what you say without having to agree with it. See, when you're broken, you want to be accepted like everything you say is the truth. No, it's not. Everything you say is the truth from your perspective, based off of how you view it. But that doesn't make it the absolute truth. If we want to really embrace kids that we are estranged from, right? We just gonna have to give them the space to be who they are, whether we agree with them or not. We're gonna have to love on them. We're gonna have to embrace them. And the only way to do that is to be able to love on and embrace ourselves. How often, and Geoff, I know you've seen it. You tell me this, Geoff. I know you've seen it. Listening to your son talk in an argument and how much he sounded like you at some point in your life.
Mayor,
Talk to me, Geoff.
Bruh, if you was, first off, if you in a room with my sons, all four of them, especially you, Zoe, no one would have to tell you with your eyes closed who these people have been influenced by.
Right.
Articulate. Think outside the box. Quick, fast. Goddammit, I can't beat Blakey at chess without my queen. I took my queen off the board and bet him a PS5 and lost. Okay?
Love it.
So,
Love it.
you are going to do battle with the part of you that you brought forth genetically from before you. Only it's younger and sharper. And if you're going to try to do that battle on just that particular information without any wisdom, you're going to lose every time. Because now you're metaphysically sparring with he who is the heavyweight contender 20 years after you were.
Right.
You were metaphysically the heavyweight champion between you and your son when he was 3.
Right.
But now that he ain't 3 and you 53, you better have some wisdom, bro. Because that mental shit and that DNA that you working with from your daddy, mama, granddaddy, that them, he got that, and he got a younger, sharper brain. You're gonna lose.
Right. 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 We got to be different.
How do you?
Yeah.
Or what the fuck's the point of even being around you if you're the same? I got that lesson. You gonna get in here and tell me about how my mama ain't shit. You gonna get in here, because basically what you're doing is arguing with you're dealing with you and your mom. What you're trying to do is deal with the demons that you have that made it up with the demons that she had through me. All I know is I don't want to be in the middle of you and my mama's demons. So could you stop throwing arrows out? Because you know who you hit first? Me, nigga. So knock that shit off. Let's talk about the reality that we live in now and how I can help you now and how you, and this is what I say to young males with regard to their fathers. Take advantage of your father's guilt.
Wait. Say that again.
To young men with fathers trying to make amends, just like you do the white man, just like you do benevolent white people, take advantage of their guilt. I say this to my own sons. Take advantage of my guilt, because you're not going to be able to do that without getting close enough to the wisdom. Come on over here and take advantage of my guilt. I'm only putting you up on game because I'm guilty. I'm only helping you buy a car because I'm guilty. I'm only plugging you into contacts because I'm guilty. He taking advantage of my guilt. And you will fall in love with the man that I have become. But they won't do that. You know why? Because they're working under the same energy that makes pretty girls stay away from ugly dudes. Because pretty girls, all women know, it only takes 3 elements to have sex with a woman. Confidence, chivalry, and humor. If you got them three, pretty girls, no, keep that ugly nigga away from me because he gonna wind up in my drawers if he keep doing that. That's why we stay away from it. But it's the same thing your kids do.
Hey, we want to get a census of the pretty girls. If what
Right.
Geoff said was true, we want. Can the pretty girls in the chat room acknowledge the truth or falsehood in the statement that Geoff just made? Just
Long roads for great destinations. I love it there, Hustle Habit.
just leave your Instagram handle so we can. Let me just say what Geoff is talking about is powerful here. But I'm going to go in the opposite direction
Yes, sir.
in wrapping this thing up. Dr. David R. Hawkins, the author of Power versus Force, created a consciousness grid. Right? Geoff says take advantage of the shame or of the guilt. I say allow that guilt to be burned out through objective observation, meaning no judgment. That's the only way guilt leaves your spiritual bloodstream, is if you observe it without condemning it. This is how we become tools for other people. We're guilted into things. We're shamed into things. These are low levels of consciousness. When you look up the consciousness grid, the map of consciousness put together by Dr. David R. Hawkins, and you start to see he created this grid from 20 to 1,000, right? The lowest vibration on this consciousness grid comes in at number 20, at a value of 20. And what is it? It's called shame. How many parents parent through shaming? You better not fuck with that nigga again, or I'll disown you. That's shaming. Or guilting.
Okay, wait a minute.
Haven't I always provided for you? No, listen to what I'm saying,
Okay.
Geoff.
Yeah.
These are low levels of consciousness. And many parents will use low levels of consciousness as a motivational tool to get their kids to do what they need them to do. I'm not done, long windy. Windy long.
I'm scratching my head, nigga.
I am windy long, stocking in a hope. Okay, nigga. Anyway, shit. Guilt 20, or guilt is 30. Apathy is 50. Grief is 75. Fear is 100. Despair is 125. Anger is 150. I can't believe Sarah hasn't pulled up the grid. She's just sitting there.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Pride is 175, and then the balance is courage at 200. But when you start looking at the lower levels of consciousness, when you look at shame, you look at you find terms like misery, despising, humiliation. When you look at guilt, you see vindictive, evil, blame, destruction. When you look at apathy, you see condemning, hopelessness, despair, abdication, the abdication of self-responsibility. You can't reconcile with an estranged kid if you've abdicated your responsibility for healing you. You got to come back in full acknowledgement mode. If you're not in full acknowledgement mode of all the bullshit you about, that toxic relationship, if it has the opportunity for y'all to come face to face, is still gonna fucking crash and burn because you haven't done the work. Look at fear, anxiety, withdrawal, frightening, punitive. When I see fear consciousness, and according to this man who wrote this book, he says the world collectively comes in at 100. In other words, the world is vibrating on fear. This is why loyalty and trust means so much to so many, because so many people are fucking inundated and racked with anxiety that they need silent contracts for their friends and loved ones and family members to share so they can feel comfortable in their own skin. The world is vibrating on fear? Come on, man. Geoff, your thoughts?
Shame.
Shameless. Sorry.
Maybe not the concepts, but the other meanings of the word I am gravitating toward, because I think a great problem is that Black people have lost their shame. Used to be shame to go to Big Mama with any bullshit. Oh God, don't tell Big Daddy. Oh, that's gone. So I say that shame is a destination to leave and not a weapon to wield. Shame is not a weapon to wield on anybody. It is a concept. Shame is a concept. Having babies before you are ready to take care of them or even your fucking self is a shame. Taking responsibility for it, delegating and busting your ass and becoming what you need to be is the way to leave that shame. That makes shame a destination.
No, I see what you're saying, Geoff, and this is all semantics here. I see what you're saying, but no, shame is low vibration. Big Mama was wrong for shame, just like she was wrong for Dr. Green. Most of us don't utilize, right? Like, for instance, they say corporal punishment came out of slavery. The way we beat our kids came out of slavery. The way we parent. So you can't, see, I see what you're saying, James, not James, but Geoff. You can't take off the filter of the dysfunction that we've inherited from this society. You can't take that filter off. Big Mama was wrong for shaming. Most of the shame was based out of fear. It just the same way they use Christianity.
Bro, I think we agree.
Yeah.
She's using Big Mama was wrong for shaming because she's using shame as a weapon. That's wrong. It is right to understand that if you fuck up, you have wound up on the island of shame.
No.
Now, the way to leave the island of shame is to start doing the shit reverse of what got your monkey ass there in the first place. And because Big Mama can see the island of shame, because the island of shame has to do with how Big Mama feels. I am happy that I hope my children's island of shame has something to do with the tenets that I put into place for them. And I disagree. Dr. Green works, nigga, because all the niggas I grew up that didn't get Dr. Green, I know right where they at. They either dead, in jail, or on their mama couch.
Again, I'm not in agreement with that, and it's okay. Nah. I want my kids to understand that you can make mistakes. I want my kids to understand that I'm not gonna shame you for fucking up.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna do any of that. What I'm gonna do is say, what did you learn? See, in my new book, The Shrouded Lighthouse, I'm telling you, do you know you're more in relationship with what's wrong with you than you are with what's right?
Wow.
Do you know that? And part of your fucking problem with having bad relationships is that you don't want to embrace the relationships you have because you think you deserve more. You think you deserve better. But you're getting who you are. You're getting what you are. You're getting where you are in your current state of development. This is why you have what you have. In order to have more, you must first learn to want what you have already, what's already there. If you don't want what's there, what you do is project past the moment, project past the person. And then that person gets expelled from your life. And then you say, how come nobody stays? Because you so busy feeding your anxiety and your fear and pushing people away through shame, through guilt, through contempt, that you, especially if all it is their fault. When you say to yourself, man, I do this because I'm small. I do this because I'm little. I'm talking about little in spirit, little in heart, little in resolve. Once you do that, once you overcome that, man, sky's the limit for your spiritual growth. Geoff Brown, where can people find you, sir?
Well, you can find me on Giraffe Balls a couple minutes right after this. See how I did that? At GBfunnyStyle is the Twitter, the Instagram, and Geoff Brown on Facebook. Ask Uncle Geoff at gmail.com. I'm finna fire my life coaching up. So you can hit me there. If you want me, if you want free advice, watch my old videos. If you want me to help you personally, hit me up at askunclejeff at gmail.com. And we can talk. I got beats coming. I don't give a damn what Zoe say. Y'all come on over here to Giraffe Ball Stand.
Hey.
Y'all tell Zoe. I ain't telling Zoe shit else. Y'all, yeah. Ain't nobody give a goddamn about the fuck Zoe. Ain't nobody talking to Zoe about no goddamn beats no more. You just wait. When these 2 albums come out, we gonna be stomping folks.
Sarah, where that cat? Put that cat up. You want some beats? This is where you get them from. That's Geoff Brown right there. Get your beats from Geoff Brown.
Sarah, I'm going to edit. I'm going to edit a clip. And Zoe's going to have to trust me. I'm going to edit a 30 second clip. And I'm going to send it to you. And I want you to play it right after the next time he put that goddamn cat up.
Okay.
Our love goes.
What do we call it? The dunk to this, the dip to don'ts, the dunk to the don't, something, man.
Ding 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 ding.
I think it don't don'ts, nigga.
Ding 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 ding
You
ding
better tell him
ding
the story,
ding
you
ding.
tell him. All right, he gonna know. I'm just telling y'all this. I don't think nobody is ready for either what Zoe finna come with or me from the music end. I really don't think you're ready. I really don't think you understand. This is about to be some other shit.
Yeah. And I want everybody to support Geoff's Cashapp. We appreciate Geoff's insight. I don't have to agree with Geoff. Geoff doesn't have to agree with me. That's not prerequisite for a good conversation. And when we do disagree, there's respect. There's love and appreciation from the different perspectives that we come from. And again, I always say we're not 100% right about anything that we talk about. We're flawed. This is just a glimpse into how we see things. And it's not the whole picture. It's just a snapshot of what we think. So I ask that everybody, for Geoff sharing, please hit Geoff's Cash App, $GBfunnyStyle. If everybody could send him a 5-spot right now, that would make for a great day. And I'm sure Geoff would be greatly appreciative. And then also the third rail, AKA Sarah, She got to go home and take a nap because she got to go back to work. She was at work until 3, 4 in the morning. And then she came here and got us straight. And she was confused, didn't know what the fuck was going on. Somebody didn't set up the shit right for her. She was worried. But yo, y'all send Sarah some bread. Help her out. $ Sundays with Sarah. And of course, you spell Sarah without the H. Sunday with Sarah. And then also, if you can, if you would, please hit your brother's Cash App. $ ZoWhatNeter. Please support what I'm about to do. I got a lot of good projects coming down the pike. I have a documentary coming. I have a soundtrack coming. I have a new book on the way. And like I said, pretty soon I'm going to have a link for the new book, The Shrouded Lighthouse. And, you know, the link will be for pre-sales, pre-orders. And then also, don't forget ZoWhat Masterclass. Go to ZoWhatMasterclass.com. The masterclass is still available. 5.5 hours of relationship information that is so solid. 4 modules, 5.5 hours long, homework, the whole 9 yards. Go to ZoWhatMasterclass.com. Do it right now. ZoWhatMasterclass.com. Order yours right now. Geoff, your final word?
Oh,
you don't have one?
Giraffe balls, niggas. Next.
All right. So you don't have a final word. All right. We love y'all. Go see Geoff. Look at Fat Geoff.
Yeah.
There go Fat Geoff.
Yes.
Boy.
It's a fat joke, nigga. How come it can't be? Nigga, Fat Geoff.
Fat Geoff. Greenback. Greenback.
Nigga. Which is one of the funkiest fucking steps. Shout out to Scott Storch. God damn it.
All right, you guys.
Yes.
Much love, much appreciation. Zoe Williams, we out. The ZoWhat Show. Deuces.
Yes. Peace.
People. Yo.